I don't know if any of you have ever seen chestnuts before. As a child, we had chestnuts growing in our yard in western North Carolina. And the other day, I was delivering some items to a lady who lived nearby and happened to see she had some burrs laying on the ground, and I recognized them to be chestnut burrs. And I asked if she were going to sell them or use them. Well, she didn't know what they were and didn't want to keep them. So she told me that I could have them, and I'm very grateful. I went out and picked up a bunch yesterday, and I debated on whether to eat them. And then the more I looked at them and I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, yes, I use YouTube for everything. I used some YouTube videos about starting chestnut trees from seed. So I think rather than just eating them up and then being gone and maybe not having access to them in the future, I thought I'm going to try to plant some. So I watched several videos and they spoke of stratifying chestnut seeds, which amounts to making them believe that they've went through a winter, and then when they sprout next spring, then you transplant them into pots and wait for them to grow into trees. That's what I hope happens. So anyway, I'm going to try this. If it doesn't work out, well, at least I gave it a try. So what I read, or I say not read, what I watched is that hope you can see this, the people on YouTube were just taking them and they used different mediums. Some used, I'm not going to use this little bitty one. Some used wet sand, some used dirt, some used peat. They just pretty much used whatever they had. Well, what I have is I have some sand. Now, this is the sand that you can get from your home improvement stores or wherever, maybe your backyard, depending on what kind of yard you have. But it's called place sand, and the salt, any salt has been rinsed out of it. So you don't have to worry about that possibly killing what you've put into it. And so I'm just kind of pressing these into a little layer of damp sand. And then I will cover them with a little bit more sand and then another layer. And just keep doing that until I use up the chestnut seeds that I have. And then hopefully come spring, I will have some that have sprouted. I will let you follow to see how that works out. Everything around here is always an experiment. We're always trying something new, which is what you have to do. If you, I don't know, to me that's just part of living. You've always got to be teaching yourself new skills, just new things. If you quit learning, what's the whole purpose? So, I think I need a little more sand. I'm kind of pressing them down right on top of the others, so a little more sand in there. But anyway, I believe that a person has to constantly be educating yourself, learn new skills. What if you're interested, say, beekeeping? The University of Arkansas, and I'm sure other universities have that as well, but the University of Arkansas and the extension portion of it right now has online free beekeeping lessons. I mean, they will teach you everything about how to be a beekeeper, and it's free. You don't have to go to a class. It's right online. You learn at your own pace, and you know, you may get a skill out of it if you decide to pursue it. Now, with the cost of everything in the store, you know, especially sugars and sweeteners and all that sort of thing, and honey, you know, it may be to your advantage to learn how to be a beekeeper, or maybe you want to learn to grow sugar cane and process your own cane syrup. You know, there's a lot of things that our, I say ancestors, mine don't go that far back. My daddy knew how to do it. I mean, my daddy and grandpa both had bees. I've watched my kinfolk do cane syrup, harvest cane and make syrup out of it. And we'd run around with a joint of cane, sugar cane, eating it as kids. It was more to get us out from underfoot, I think, than anything else. But, you know, I mean, it was just things that we did to survive, and it was, I don't know, it was just the way of living. But if you don't know anything about, I don't know, raising goats, I mean, I'm learning more about goats. I don't know that much about goats. We've always had cows, so this whole goat adventure is a whole new thing for us. So we're learning and listening, and we're following on the advice of others and following a little bit of knowledge of, just common sense of things that, you know, that just, I don't know. You know, things have to eat and have to have a comfortable place to sleep and have water, and, you know, you make sure they look healthy and don't have little snotty noses. It's almost like having kids, you know, so we just, we're learning as we're going, but that's it. We're still learning. Foraging. If you don't know how to get out and forage, there's books that teach you that sort of thing. There's people online that teach you those sort of things. There's probably someone in your community, depending on where you live, that will teach you how to go out and find edibles and medicinals that will, I'm going to need more sand for the rest of this, but anyway, you get the idea. But there are people that are always glad to teach you how to do things, and and if not, that's a sad day that people won't show another person how to just do skills that will help you improve your life and pass along a skill that may eventually die out if nobody learns how to do it. And it's just like these chestnuts. You know, the American chestnut died out in from blight back in the early 1900s. And I don't know if you've ever seen the photos of those American chestnut trees, but they were massive. They looked like sequoia, or, you know, I mean, they were just massive trees, beautiful wood. If you're fortunate enough to find anything made out of chestnut wood, it's just magnificent. And it's just a shame that those things died out, but we do have people that are trying to bring back the American chestnut. These are not American chestnut. Well, see, that one's cracked. I will wash that booger because now I've got sand in it, and I will eat that one. But these are Chinese chestnut hybrids, and they are blight resistant. Doesn't mean they're totally, I mean, they could get blight, but, you know, I mean, I've got an oak tree out here in my yard that was perfectly fine until this year, and some type of borers got in it. So there's always something that can come along. But we've got people that are researching, trying to bring back the American chestnut. I have not seen where they have been successful that after a few years, blight affects it again. So I don't know. Somebody may have found some, or may grow some that don't get affected by blight, but unfortunately it's still around. I guess it just gets in the ground and it stays there. Anyway, I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I'm doing this morning. Well, I'm doing several things. My husband and neighbor are out working cows this morning. I painted his kitchen bar project, got the first coat on it. I have some winter squash in the slow cooker heating up. I'll can those later. I'm getting these chestnuts ready. I will finish layering them and putting them in the refrigerator where they will spend the next few months until I get them out and get them in, hopefully, if they've sprouted, get them in some pots. And yeah, that's just life here on the farm. We're supposed to be getting some rain here in a little while, and that's a good thing. We will take it. But I just wanted to let you know what was going on, share a little bit of these chestnuts, the bounty that I got. And in a couple of days, I will be letting you know how No Spend October has went. Hopefully share a few little things that I do and want to do to continue saving money. It's not No Spend October is not one of these things that I just do just because everybody else is doing it. It's a lifestyle that I'm definitely nurturing because, you know, you have to be careful with what you've got. But anyway, if you like these videos, if you will click the like button down below. If you're not a member, please subscribe. We'd love to have you back. If you are a member, if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. I've been seeing the numbers go up every day. It makes me very happy to see that you're joining me. And just welcome to the Mountain Patriot Homestead family. And I will keep trying to put videos out there. Hopefully they'll get better as time goes on and I learn more about what I'm doing. But if you would, like, subscribe, and share. Please comment if you feel led to do so. And I do hope to see you back again. Have a wonderful day. God bless. I love you. Mountain Patriot Homestead, signing out.